Maclunky.
Welcome to Round 1 Swiss of the Hex and Co. NYC Planetary Qualifier, brought to you by Maclunky Gaming. Starting us off, we have two-time PQ champion Alex Blandon from KTOD versus LinkWizard. Joining us with expert commentary are Tower Number 9 and Josh from Next Gen Gaming SC. Enjoy the match.
Interesting for sure.
Alex Blandon's an experienced competitive player. We've seen him and his Naruto Matt on several of these broadcasts before. I'm not as familiar with LinkWizard here, but it should be an interesting match between two mono aspect decks, a double yellow Han and a double blue Rey.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool to see the double blue Rey, something that, you wouldn't consider a real meta deck right now. So it'll definitely be interesting to see what LinkWizard has put together. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Tower, Alex Blandon, he was the winner of the 2K at SCGCon Atlanta with this deck, correct?
Let me is that correct? I think that was I think that was correct for SCGCon Atlanta, I think it was. Um and I think Alex has had some good results actually in a range of games. I think he's an experienced card player. And had some. I think he had some wins in Battle Spirit Saga. So overall, definitely a fierce competitor, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are going to see, it looks like in this first game, LinkWizard will be starting with the initiative, and it looks like we are seeing a mulligan here of that opening hand.
Red Hood Greenville in the chat saying Han Yellow, what a dark horse. Yeah, it's we were talking about hoping to see some off meta stuff. Han Yellow is not exactly that, although double blue Ray might be a dark horse. We'll see whether or not LinkWizard can get the win here.
Yeah, LinkWizard certainly up against a meta giant with Han Yellow and a fantastic player in Alex. And
yeah, not knowing a lot about LinkWizard's build here, my tendency would be just based on Alex being a very strong player and playing a quite competitive deck here. My tendency would be to say he's probably favored, but who's to say? Maybe LinkWizard will give him some surprises.
yeah, and starting out here in the first game, LinkWizard is going to play Kuil in the ground arena, and that is so good in the double blue deck because that means each time he attacks, you're guaranteed to draw a card as long as it's not just a heroism card.
Yeah, I think that ability allowing you to draw a card if it shares the same color as your base really feels very strong when you have a monocolor deck.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex in the first round, going ahead and using the Han action ability, getting that third resource, and playing Ezra Bridger in the ground arena. And we'll see how LinkWizard responds. That Ezra Bridger could take out Kuil right away, and I would not be surprised if Alex wants to turn off that draw engine.
Yeah. Now it looks like LinkWizard has a copy of Perilous Position in hand, so he does have a potential counter to Ezra there. Let's see if that's what he goes with. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, great call there, Tower. Perilous Position, exhausting Ezra Bridger and giving Ezra -2/-2. So he is now just a 1/2. And then in response, Alex is going to use the Han action ability for the second straight round, putting a card from his hand as a ready resource. And LinkWizard is going to attack and defeat Ezra because Ezra just having 2 HP remaining. Kuil taking out Ezra, and he gets to draw the top card of his deck, the Kanan Jarrus.
Yeah, I mean that's been a pretty strong interaction there for LinkWizard, but Alex is bringing out Tech.
Oh, Tech coming into play. I believe he smuggled Tech into play, and that is something LinkWizard is going to have to be careful with because this could enable DJ to come in, be smuggled into play, and that could take one of LinkWizard's resources. So this is something that LinkWizard will have to be very careful with. He has the initiative. Does he have a quick answer for Tech?
Yeah, the infamous Tech DJ combo is definitely one of the strengths that Double Yellow Han has going for it. for those who might not be familiar in the chat, if tech is out, you can bring out DJ on 5 resources instead of having to be up at 7, because you can use the alternate cost to smuggle him in. And then if you made a temporary resource with Han, you can then choose to at the end of it all, you can discard the resource you stole from the opponent, which can potentially set them pretty far back.
Absolutely. Now, to start this round, LinkWizard had the initiative, use the Rey action ability to give Kuil an experience token so that Tech can't just attack and defeat Kuil. And we see once again Kuil getting LinkWizard a card. It was Fell the Dragon, and Alex used the Han action ability to go to 5 resources, and he did indeed have DJ in the resource row, smuggles DJ into play, and now he is going to take control of one of LinkWizard's resources.
Let's see if LinkWizard has an answer to this. If he can't clear DJ basically this turn, he's going to lose that resource permanently, which is a major setback.
Oh, absolutely. Would set him back, would keep Rey from deploying an extra round. And he takes control of a resource. Looks like it was R2D2. So that actually gives Alex another ready resource.
Does he
And he's
have a counter? I'm not really seeing one.
so he paid 1 for the Rey action ability. I think he would only have 2 more ready resources. He just claims the initiative. Alex, having gone up to 6 resources because of DJ, deploys Han, and Han is going to attack and defeat Kuil. Alex gets another ready resource from the top card of his deck, and then he deals 2 damage to LinkWizard's base with Tech.
Yeah, LinkWizard's very far behind now. We'll see if he can make a comeback, but this is exactly what you don't want to let Han do.
Yeah, this was the dream start in game 1 for Alex. He has great board presence. He does have to defeat 2 resources here because of the action ability that he used with Han Solo, and then the on attack ability, getting him the 2 extra resources last round. He, of course, is going to defeat LinkWizard's resource that he stole and one of his own. So Alex back down to 6 resources, but LinkWizard still just, what, 5 resources now, or is he back on 4? I believe he's only on 4, right?
Yeah, so I think that was the 4 resource turn, and he had 1 stolen. So I think he's it's a little hard to tell with the dark sleeves and dark playmat there, but I believe he is back on 4 resources.
Yeah, that is absolutely brutal. 2 resources behind Alex right now and staring down, what is that, 7 damage or 9 damage on board. Tough spot right now for LinkWizard.
Absolutely. And it looks like he has the takedown in hand, but it arrived too late. If he had been able to play the takedown on the previous turn to clear out Tech, he could have prevented this whole issue, but I think it did not arrive in time. Um,
Yeah, the takedown was definitely needed last round. So Tech is defeated, and then Alex is going to do another 4 damage to LinkWizard's base, getting an extra resource from the top card of his deck. Now the action back over to LinkWizard. He just claimed the initiative, didn't have anything else he could do. All of his resources were exhausted. DJ coming across for 3 damage, and now Alex is going to play Bodhi Rook, taking a look at LinkWizard's hand, and he will get to discard a 9-unit card.
yeah, it's interesting here. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Vigilance didn't actually get played,
Right,
but
because
it's not going to get a chance to be played now as Bodhi Rook removes it from the hand.
yeah, Vigilance in this situation, because it is a double blue deck, Vigilance only costs 4 for LinkWizard. And now Alex is going to play the first space threat of this game 1. Millennium Falcon enters play ready, and another 3 damage to LinkWizard's base. 12 damage on LinkWizard's base to just 3 damage on Alex's base.
Yeah, Alex is definitely the aggressor right now, and his board is extremely strong compared to that of LinkWizard. Additionally, not only has LinkWizard had his resources set back, but because he is playing a double blue heroism deck, if he were running Super Laser Blast, it would have to be an out of aspect inclusion, so he wouldn't be able to play it anywhere near this time in the game anyway. Not sure what he has that can potentially stabilize this board, but he needs to have something if he doesn't want this game to end fast.
The LinkWizard does start this round with a Concord Dawn Interceptors. That does give him a Sentinel unit in the space arena to currently stop the Millennium Falcon, but it doesn't answer all of the damage that can come through in the ground arena. And keep in mind that LinkWizard only has 5 total resources right now, still cannot deploy Rey.
Yeah, there's the possibility that he can use Ray to buff that Conquered Dawn Interceptors, but I think we saw a copy of Cunning in Alex's hand. So it's possible the Conquered Dawn Interceptors will just end up getting bounced back to hand anyway.
Yeah, that's a great point. Han Solo going into LinkWizard's base. Another 4 damage, 16 damage on LinkWizard's base. Alex getting another ready resource. He now has 8 ready resources to play with here in this round.
Less than half HP on the base here for LinkWizard, and people in chat are saying that it may already be time for a scoop.
Yeah, this is a really bad spot indeed. LinkWizard playing another space unit. This time it's Restored Arc. That will allow him to start restoring a little bit of damage. But look at this. There's the Cunning you were mentioning. Alex playing Cunning. He is going to bounce the Concord Dawn Interceptors back to LinkWizard's hand and give the Millennium Falcon +4 power. So Falcon is going to hit for 7 damage, taking LinkWizard up to 23 damage on his base.
Yeah, and Alex is very close to lethal here.
Yeah, another
I think he
3
may
from.
be off by 1.
I believe you're right. I think with Bodie and DJ, he's off by maybe
No,
2
maybe it's
damage.
2.
Yeah, 2 damage here.
If
But
he's
he'll
off by
certainly
1,
have
it's
enough to
29
to
HP.
finish this next round. He's going to smuggle in tech for insult to injury here in game 1. And of course, LinkWizard has already claimed the initiative, so just one attack from any of Alex's units on the board would conclude our first game.
Yeah, and it looks like yeah, it
Yep.
looks like that is gonna do it for this one. I think LinkWizard has called it there. It's a very strong showing from Alex Blandon there in the first game. Let's see whether or not LinkWizard can bring something out that will allow him to do better here in the second game.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see a game where Han Yellow is able to do exactly what they want to do and carry out their game plan to perfection, we just saw it. That is exactly what Alex wanted to do. Get out the early Tech DJ combo, set LinkWizard back. We didn't even see Rey deploy in that game. I mean, that was a really tough spot for LinkWizard. It's probably going to come down. If we see that Tech DJ early again, it comes down to, does LinkWizard have that early answer for Tech or DJ? So both players going through their deck here, doing a little sideboarding work. And we do not have access to these deck lists right now, so it will be interesting to see what cards these players are bringing in. And I believe just a minute ago, Alex showed us a card on camera, but I did not catch what that card was. It was a little blurry. Did anyone in chat happen to catch what card he was showing the camera? Looked like he may have been bringing something specific in from the sideboard.
I'm not entirely sure what LinkWizard is going to be thinking here to counter Han. I do think he might have a slight advantage when it comes to sideboarding, and the double yellow Han deck is a very known quantity in competitive play, whereas his own double blue Ray deck might be more of an unconventional composition, and it might well be that Alex doesn't have a super clear sideboard plan for it, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see if LinkWizard can get back into this in game 2. Alex with the early 1-game lead here in round 1 at the Hex & Co. Planetary Qualifier in New York. LinkWizard will start with the initiative once again. in game 2. Yeah, I think you might be right. It may have been Bounty posting that Alex showed the camera, but that is an interesting choice for sure because I believe that goes and gets a bounty. So I'm not sure what bounties this Han yellow deck would be running.
Yeah, not entirely sure, not entirely sure about that, but I think we'll have to see what ends up happening there. Um, Now I do think that a very important part of this of playing against the double yellow Han is trying to get things set up so that you can either clear DJ before tech comes out or clear tech before DJ comes out, or else have an answer ready to defeat DJ on the turn where he hits the field. We saw that Link was not able to do that in the previous game, but it's possible. I think he might be smarting from that defeat and maybe cooking up a plan to deal with DJ in this game.
Yeah, it's absolutely what you have to do. Now we saw Alex take the mulligan here in game 2. And at least from his opening hand, I do not believe there was a DJ there. I don't think there was a tech either. So if LinkWizard can dodge the tech DJ, that would certainly help. And
Oh,
here
very
in
interesting. I think Alex is taking a look to see what that card actually is. So I think that is the Vanilla Geonosian card. It is if I recall correctly, it is a 1-cost 1/4 with no text. Yeah, the Warrior Drone, 1-cost 1/4. And in a Ray deck, though, I think there's some extra value there because you can spend your extra resource to buff it with Ray's ability. So he is essentially getting a 2-cost 2/5, which can potentially be buffed again to become a 3/6. The only problem being that using that ability does take 2 actions, so it is not the most efficient tempo-wise, even if you are getting unusually good stats.
Yeah, that's very interesting there. Tower, you wanted to see some off meta spice. Well, that card is it. We're getting it early here. And we saw Alex play the C3PO last round. He did not get a card off of it. He was able to claim the initiative after the Warrior Drone got an experience token. And here in round 2, Alex starts things out with
Oh,
Wing Leader buffing up the
Jedi lightsaber for
C3PO.
LinkWizard.
But that is a big Warrior Drone now. My goodness, the Jedi lightsaber gives it +3/+3. So it is a 5/8 now, I believe, in total stats.
Yeah, which amusingly is not actually enough to kill C3PO in one hit now that C3PO has been buffed by the wing leader, but it does mean that Tech or DJ could be cleared. If I were Link, I'd be a little worried though, because I do think there is a substantial risk of a waylay coming out or some other effect that's going to bounce that warrior drone and negate those upgrades. As Thrawn 2K says, scary to play that into a double yellow deck.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. This double yellow Han deck has so many bounce effects where it can just return a unit to your hand, and that would be absolutely crushing right now to LinkWizard because as it stands, the Warrior Drone can take out a tech or any of these 5 HP units that Alex plays in the ground arena. Now, Alex does start this initiative, or excuse me, start this round with the initiative, still having the 3/6 C3PO.
Mr. Steal Your Donuts in the chat says at least it's immune to cunning bounce. That is true. The warrior drone is up to 5 power, so it can't be bounced by cunning, but we could still see a waylay or a cantina bouncer getting this guy off the field.
Yep, that is a great point. So Alex going 3 more damage to LinkWizard's base with C3PO. And now the action back over to LinkWizard.
Does he have some way to deal with this C3PO? He has a powerful buffed unit, but I'm not sure. It's a little awkward with the C3PO itself being buffed by that wing leader. He throws another lightsaber on his warrior drone. That is wild. If this thing does end up getting bounced, it's going to be a huge setback for LinkWizard, essentially negating his first 3 turns.
Yeah, that is an absolutely huge play. So now it's an 8-11, I believe. That is a huge warrior drone. Now Alex plays Ezra Bridger into the ground arena. Now the warrior drone can take out either one of these units. So he could go after C3PO if he wanted to, and he's just
No,
going
he's
to race
racing. He
here.
goes for the base.
He absolutely is racing. So that is 8 damage to Alex's base, 13 damage on. So LinkWizard taking a completely different approach here in game 2.
Yeah, now I'm not sure that's the approach I would necessarily be taking, but it seems to be he's winning the race at least thus far, so we'll see how it goes. I do think we saw Alex draw a cunning right there, so there may be an answer in store, but as was discussed earlier, it isn't going to be able to bounce this warrior drone because the drone's power is too high. However, it could still potentially exhaust it, buff one of Alex's units, and really change things in the race that way.
So Alex starting this round with the initiative, attacking with Ezra, going 3 damage to LinkWizard's base, and Alex
Might
being
just be
able to.
hoping to top deck something that's going to allow him to exhaust that drone, but I think he may not have seen it. It looks like the card's just back on top of the deck.
Yeah, he did not do anything with that top card, or
Oh
he's
no,
still
there we
thinking
go. It,
about
it
it.
was a
So
Bodhi, and he has decided to discard it.
yeah, just discarding the Bodhi Rook. Now the action back over to LinkWizard, and he's got that warrior drone ready. He could go. I mean, if he continues on the same game plan here, he could deal another 8 damage to Alex's base.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. And we'll see. It does look like there's a vigilance in hand, but we'll see what Link Wizard opts to do. It is going to just be the swing. Another 8. This is a crazy scenario.
Well, this is the craziness that we were looking for, Tower.
Absolutely.
What an interesting game this has been. So 8 more damage to Alex's base, putting him at 21 damage on, 9 HP remaining, which means he does not lose to one more attack from the warrior drone. It would need to be
No, that's
another
true, but we
action.
could see the warrior if the warrior drone swings again, it'll leave Alex on just 1 HP. We could potentially then see Rey deploy, or if there's any sort of attack buff, although I'm not sure what he would be playing in double blue. Um, looks like a vigilance coming out. It's going to heal for 5, and what is the second effect? He could clear out the wing leader, I guess.
Yeah, he could clear out the
Million
wing
seems
leader.
very unlikely to be relevant, but that is what he's doing.
Oh, is he milling him there? And he hit the
He
waylay?
mills him, and the
Oh my
first card that's
goodness.
milled is Waylay.
Oh, and Alex is frustrated because he was going to use C3PO next, call 3, and he would have found the waylay.
That is wild. I like okay, we're definitely in a weird space here. I'm very surprised that we see the mill. It does almost nothing in this situation in principle, but he actually did clear the Waylay that would have been the perfect counter to his setup. So, it paid off. Yeah, it seemingly paid off, even though I'm not sure that it should have an X. Oh, but
It's another
Alex
waylay.
top decks another Waylay.
So the card on top of the deck when Vigilance went to mill was waylay. He mills 6. The next card is a waylay. So C3PO deals 3 damage to Warrior Drone, gets defeated, but Alex still gets a waylay. Oh my goodness, what a game 2 here.
Very weird situation in this game.
This has been a weird one to say the least. So now I believe the action, after all the excitement, is back over to LinkWizard, or has he claimed the initiative
I
here?
believe he has taken the initiative. So now
Okay.
Alex has to decide what to do with his resources. He has 5 resources. So he could use Han's ability here, get a 6th resource, deploy Han. He could then potentially swing with Han, get up to a 7th resource, and if he has a DJ in the row, he could hit Link Wizard with DJ. But there's also an argument that he should just play this Waylay and get that warrior drone out of here.
Yeah, I mean, the waylay would clear LinkWizard's board because all it is that buffed up warrior drone. So Alex does use the Han Solo action ability. He does go up to 6 resources, which does mean, as you mentioned, that Han can be deployed here. And Alex just trying to think through what is the most optimal line.
Oh, it looks like he has a Han reluctant hero in hand.
Now the
So
Han
that warrior drone currently has what 11 max HP and has taken 3 damage. So in principle, he could swing Leader Han into the warrior drone. Leader Han would actually die, but it would soften it up enough that you could then bring in Han Reluctant Hero, clear it, and have a total board control. And it looks like that maybe what he's going for.
Yep, that's what he did. He deployed Han 4 damage into the warrior drone. Han Solo defeated. Alex gets that 7th resource, and then he does play the 7-cost Han unit, and that will ambush and defeat the warrior drone and not take back any damage. So just like that, board control has completely flipped here in game
Yeah.
2.
So Alex has taken a lot of damage, and his leader was defeated by that heroic warrior drone wielding 2 Jedi lightsabers. But Alex does now have control of the board, and additionally, that Han Solo is a very serious threat because Rey cannot actually deploy into Han Reluctant Hero without just getting picked off before she has the chance to attack and buff herself. So LinkWizard, while he was inflicting a lot of damage early on, is now actually in a fair amount of trouble, I think.
Yeah, the momentum has certainly swung in Alex's favor. And it turns out that he didn't even need the waylay to answer the warrior drone. And I think it was a good sacrifice to make. You lose the Han leader, but being able to take out the warrior drone and furthering your board presence with that Han Solo, I think was the right play because again, now you've cleared LinkWizard's board. Alex is showing quite a bit of damage. And again, as you mentioned, that Han Solo is holding Rey hostage from just deploying here.
Yeah, LinkWizard needs to come up with some kind of answer to that Han. Maybe he has a. I think we saw Fell the Dragon in his hand in the previous game. If he has that here, it might be a good option here, just to get that powerful unit off the field. Han Reluctant Hero is really strong. It looks like maybe LinkWizard passed. Not entirely sure. Alex uses his ability. Link plays Obi-Wan. This is really bad here because it can be bounced with Waylay or just bounced with Cunning or killed by Han. There's all kinds of answers to Obi-Wan here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that leaves LinkWizard with no ready resources. Here comes the cunning.
Yep.
Cunning is going to bounce Obi-Wan Kenobi, give Ezra +4 power. So now you have Alex set up to deal a ton of damage here on this turn.
Absolutely. So Ezra's now going to be 7. There's another 2 from the wing leader, so we're up to 9, potentially 6 from Han. So this is gonna be a bad turn for LinkWizard, especially because he spent all his resources on that Obi-Wan, who was then easily countered. I think Obi-Wan is actually very weak against Double Yellow Han. There's just too many ways to bounce him, and in this situation, he can deploy Rey, but Rey will just immediately get killed and not even do any damage in return if Alex opts to swing with Han. So LinkWizard, while he was inflicting a lot of damage with that buffed up warrior drone, I think he is now in a very negative position.
Yeah, I think you are 100% correct. LinkWizard actually just claiming the initiative because, again, as you mentioned, he just deploys Rey. Rey just gets defeated instantly. So Alex, after LinkWizard claims the initiative, attacking for 7 with Ezra, and he is going to play the top card of his deck. It's a Bodhi Rook. Now, he is not going to get to discard a card. We see only unit cards in
Wow,
LinkWizard's
that's
hand.
yeah. I mean, we were discussing how that Obi Wan didn't seem like a great play, but I guess it was the only play a LinkWizard could make. It looked like his hand was Obi Wan, Luke, and 2 Zillow beasts.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
what
it's
you
tough.
want here.
It was a situation where LinkWizard just had to hope that Alex didn't have that bounce, but he did.
There is a Fill the Dragon in LinkWizard's hand, but I think it's arrived too late.
Yeah, because now after that last round, you've got 21 damage on LinkWizard's base. Alex is showing Fatal on board. Now again, LinkWizard does have the initiative. And keep in mind, he has not been able to deploy Rey yet in this match.
Yeah. And I'm not sure that's going to change. I mean, I guess this turn he could do, fell the dragon to clear Han, then deploy Rey, maybe. But if Alex has some attack buffs, he could plausibly end the game before Rey even shows up. We'll have to see how this goes.
Yeah, what an interesting game too. LinkWizard started out with quite an interesting play with the warrior drone, something that we are not seeing at all right now in the meta. Putting 2 Jedi lightsabers on it, man, that was interesting, but everything changed on the flip turn for Alex. And starting things out in this round, we are going to see Luke Skywalker from LinkWizard. Luke gives Han Solo -3/-3, but it doesn't defeat it. And now Ezra is going to go into LinkWizard's base for 3. And Alex will just discard the top card of his deck. Now just 6 HP remaining on LinkWizard's base. He's going to deploy Rey for the first time in this match.
Yeah, Rey does get to see the field, and if she swings, there is some major restore on Rey, which could buy LinkWizard some more time, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And theoretically, if Alex has some attack pumps here, he could still finish the game here in this round, even through Rey's restore. And
Oof.
speaking of attack pumps, there's the surprise strike. 6 damage to base. That does it. There's the handshake. What a match. Alex takes it in 2 games here in round 1.
Very strong win for Alex Blandon. We were saying before this round started that he was probably favored, running a very competitive deck and being an experienced competitive player. And it definitely felt like he was favored, as we saw in the actual gameplay.
Yeah, it's just
LinkWizard's game 2 was a little interesting with that warrior drone, and he did manage to actually take a substantial life lead early on, but it was not something that was sustainable.
yeah. As I believe someone mentioned in the chat, it is so hard to race this Han deck.
Yeah, and let's be real. If you were planning to race this deck, I don't think Double Blue Ray would be the deck that you would choose to do it. But we almost saw that here in game 2. It looked for a moment like Alex was not finding answers, but ultimately Han Reluctant Hero was able to turn things around.
Thanks for watching and supporting Maclunky Gaming. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.